Hey everyone, Kathy the Vegan Prepper here on a Monday shooting a day in the life video. We're gonna do a little, like a pretty tiny actually for me, wholesale produce haul. I'm gonna make some bread. I don't think I'm gonna show that. I do have a video already on the channel on how I make my bread, and probably a nice batch of granola. And I want to film a couple of other videos for the vegan home cooking segment today. I'm trying not to pack my day too much. But yeah, Monday tends to be kind of like a catch-up day, like just kind of go around and get stuff and sort of try to set us up for the week. And that hasn't changed even though Adam's days off are no longer on the weekend. I think Monday still is the day that works for me to be kind of a catch-up day. So that's what I do. And yeah, I don't know if it sounds super thrilling. It's probably not, but maybe mildly entertaining. I also got to go deal with this. So yeah, welcome to a day in my life. Do-do-do, do-do-do, vegan prepper. Do-do-do, do-do-do, vegan prepper.
So Mom, what do you want to film today?
The biscuit video and the baking powder video, and I guess just general other stuff. I was like, maybe we should do the biscuit video right now, but then I'd have to do the baking powder video because I'm out of baking powder. So I need to make more baking powder before I can film the biscuit video. And yeah, I guess for now I'm gonna get the starter done. I guess I should stop talking to you. I'm gonna get the starter done. So right here, because this is funny. It's embarrassing and it's funny. So let's look at this. Last night. So I have like a mystery, like a mystery back injury. I don't even know. So it's just been a while, but I was dealing with these big buckets. So there is potentially, I guess, like a bad, or I don't know, like a con to storing stuff in really big buckets. If you injure yourself, it's harder to like move stuff in and out. So I've got these two big buckets here that have my two most used flours. One of them is my bread flour, one of them is my whole wheat bread flour I get from Azure Standard, and one of them is my whole wheat pastry flour I get from Azure Standard. And I was trying to push one back, and we had a fire extinguisher in the front of the cupboard over here. Well, here, just come here. We had a fire extinguisher like right here, but what I didn't realize was there was not a basmati, I keep calling it basmati, a balsamic vinegar bottle directly behind it that I couldn't see. And as I was trying to push the flour back like with my foot so I wasn't bothering anyone, I should have asked for help, okay? This is, yeah, my son is nodding at me. Just ask for help. What's wrong with just asking for help? Why can't you just ask for help? I don't know. I don't want to bother people, okay? So, I saw a fire extinguisher start to go because I knocked it with the bucket, because normally all those canned goods are, oh, there's the fire extinguisher. All those canned goods are like back in that corner. So it's like a little bit of you have to kind of take this, and normally there's like a broom, you have to push the bucket back. And the fire extinguisher started going, and I was like, well, that's annoying, but it's just the fire extinguisher, it'll be loud. Completely forgetting that there was this giant Costco bottle of balsamic vinegar behind the fire extinguisher. So basically, the fire extinguisher fell down, and all of a sudden a black puddle started going through the whole base of the pantry. I was like, what just happened? And then I went, oh yeah, balsamic vinegar back there. So yeah, that was awesome. So me, not wanting to bother anyone, made a giant mess that everybody had to help clean. So, lesson learned, ask for freaking help. So anyway, yeah, it's a big mess. But yeah, I'm about to do my starter. And then we're gonna, now that like, because we had balsamic vinegar like seeping in from the baseboards, like it was a disaster. So I think it's done seeping at this point. So we'll put everything back. But my gosh, I'm so mad because I have about this much balsamic vinegar left in my bottle that I have above the stove, and I was getting ready to switch them out. C'est la vie, right? But yeah, I'm gonna get my flour. That's the one. And I can lift this one because it is very empty. I have a brand new 50-pound bag, and this is real. Like I said, Monday is my catch-up day. I don't know, when everyone's home, this is another thing about me. When everyone is home, I don't like to be spending a ton of time doing like cleaning house stuff. I'd rather be with everyone, you know? So that's why when I say Monday's my catch-up day, I mean, usually it's like my catch-up day from the weekend, so I don't do a ton of dishes, I don't do a ton, like I do enough to keep us going. But with 5 people in the house, constantly eating, all the stuff, like it builds up. So it's funny, because my kitchen was like pristine for that herbal video that I just filmed. This is literally half a day of people being home eating without me cleaning. And I think most of you will recognize it and be like, yeah, that's true. Some of you might be like, that's it. That's all you got after half a day. So, yeah. So yeah, this is about half a day's worth of dishes that I didn't do. It looks like a lot maybe, but it's not. So yeah, I just have to load the dishwasher like one time and it'll be done. But yeah, I don't know, I just don't like doing all those tasks when people are home. I don't know. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna get my starter. I do have a video. Where is my starter? I have a video. Oh, here's a biscuit. Sage could eat that.
Mom, I think. Oh no, never mind.
Yeah, that's cashew milk. My starter. It's been a little while. I'm making bread today.
Woo!
I think the boys will be very. Oh my gosh. Okay, I was gonna say stop the video and ask for help. But it's shoot it across the kitchen and makes a giant mess. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. I got hooch on top. It's been forever since I have made bread. I need to, like, I used to be a lot more consistent about it. So this right here is hooch. I don't know if you can see that. This is basically like, I don't know, bad beer.
Ew.
So basically, if that forms on top of your starter, it is a bit of a bad sign. It means that it was starving a bit, because it's been a while since I've done my bread. But it still smells like a nice healthy starter, so we'll just go ahead and get it fed. It'll be fine. But yeah, if that forms on top of your starter, pour it off. Don't mix it in. And now, usually when it's time for the feeding, I do. See, it's been so long, I need to go back and watch my video. How do I do this? So yeah, I do have a video for the whole process already out. I'm pretty sure I feed with about a cup of starter because I want it to be relatively equivalent to what's in here. Because then when it rises, I want it to just rise like to the top. So yeah, I just want it to be like up to here. Because once it rises 50 to 100% more than what's in the jar, that's when it's time to go ahead and make bread. But yeah. So anyway, my poor little starving starter. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I guess we should probably cut this off, but and then we'll go make this. I'll get something for us to eat, and then we're gonna fly off to get wholesale produce. Okay, we're off to the store. Elliot's coming too. Ah! He's like the unicorn. We never see him. And then there's Sage. Hi, Sage. Hi. Hi. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go off and get our produce now. Yay! Okay, here we are. It's our place. Okay, so here's what we ended up getting today. So I did not expect it to be this big. It's a 50-pound bag of onions. I was thinking it was going to be more like 25 pounds, but it was $12.50. So, wow. All right, I have some planning to do on that. Here is our 50-pound box of potatoes, which is just totally normal. We will just go through that. I don't think I'm even going to can any of it. This is just for our use. And then this was the surprise. I just felt like, you know what? I'm going to grab some raspberries, even if they're not organic, because the website pricing did not specify that these are organic, and they're absolutely beautiful. And the flat for 12 of these was $11.75 organic. So when they brought them out and it said organic on them, I was like, oh my gosh, I'll take another one. So I got 2 of these flats of organic raspberries for, you know, pretty inexpensive. And so I will be figuring out what we're doing, and then impulse purchase. The kids were with me. These were insanely cheap, so we grabbed some chips as well. And yeah, that was our haul. So good times. Okay, everything's back where it goes now. So, I was able to clean up the mess that I made. What, sweetie?
This.
You want to open it?
It's all open there.
Okay, sure. I will open it for you. There. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome. Okay, I cleaned up the mess. Got everything back where it goes. Some of the refried beans, like one of the refried bean boxes got completely soaked. So all of those actually went up in here. And then one of the boxes was already open, so I put it back up in there. So everything is okay, except for, of course, now I don't have my spare bottle of balsamic vinegar, which was right here. So stupid to put it there. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, there it is. And I think I will go ahead and finish cleaning in the kitchen to get it ready for filming the baking powder and the biscuit videos. Okay, so I have caught up the kitchen. Everything is pretty much set. And I will film the baking powder video, but first I really do want to go put on some makeup, so I'm going to go ahead and go do that. The boys ran off to the library. Sage is hanging out watching CoComelon, and I'm going to go do my makeup and yeah, hopefully get a video filmed while she's still entertained while the boys are out of the house. We'll see. All right, because I feel like I'm going to need a little more help with the biscuit video. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, the baking powder video is all filmed and edited and ready to upload, and I did just start filming our biscuit video, and it's so late. I feel so bad for my kids because it's pretty late in the afternoon, or it's like 2, I guess, but we haven't had lunch yet. So I was filming my biscuit, like everything was hinging, like, so first the baking powder because I needed more, and then I filmed the biscuit video, and now we have biscuits baking, and at the same time we've also got leftovers cooking for our lunch. So let me go ahead and show you just the soup really fast. This is another one of the recipes I'm developing for cooking from your food storage. All right, so here it is. There's not much to look at. There's a little extra broccoli that I threw in because we had some cooked broccoli, but the base soup was a mixture of rice, which was cooked separately, and then just like lentils and spices and water in the Instant Pot. And that's kind of just a super, super easy, low key soup, and so, but still flavorful and good. So yeah, just sort of trying to test and figure out some recipes like that that are just really simple that you could cook from basics in the food storage, such as lentils and garlic powder and minced onion and, you know, other little spices. But yeah, this is heating up, and we're going to have the biscuits with this, so that's going to be really quite yummy. Can't wait for that. All right, so I just got back from taking Sage to an activity just for her, and she has fallen asleep in the car, kind of unsurprisingly. She always does this if I take her out around this time. So it's almost dinner time, and tonight is the night the boys make dinner. So it's really handy that this happened to be on the night that they make dinner, but they make dinner on Monday nights. And that is their kind of their practice. They learn how to do all their cooking from scratch and following recipes and all that stuff. It's something that we've been doing for quite a while. And so, yeah, they make dinner together. And, yeah, I just think it's really important for kids to learn all those kind of real world skills before they leave the house. And so that is what they are doing. And I'm so grateful. It does definitely help me, but it's mainly for them, because a lot, especially at first, it was like more trouble for them to do it, you know what I mean? Because there was like constant questions, but that's good, like, because they're learning. I'm just saying, like, if you decide to try to implement something like this in your own life with your kids, especially if they haven't had a ton of time in the kitchen, even though my boys have, and there still were and are like a million questions when they're cooking, but it's good, right? And so I do my absolute best to maintain just like an open, ask me anything attitude and not get annoyed at them for coming to me with questions. I just like know in advance, okay, I don't have to make the dinner, but I'm probably going to have to talk about it a lot. So I just sort of know that in advance. But anyway, I'll get her in the house. I'm not sure if she's going to stay asleep. Regardless, she can't stay asleep very long because it is pretty late. Like I said, it is dinner time. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know what they're planning on making tonight, so we'll see. Okay, so they are going to do a baked pasta, and I don't think they've decided yet whether or not they're putting beans or crumbled tempeh or crumbled tofu in it. But two of the things that they will be using are already on the channel, recipes that I've done: the omega-3 pasta sauce and my hemp seed parmesan. It's faux parm or unreal parm. Again, it's going to be in the vegan home cooking playlist. And so for me, I am going to just be here ready to field questions because they have not yet made baked pasta. So I'm going to be able to answer whatever questions they have about that. But one of these days, I guess I'll have to share baked pasta on the channel as well, because it's just like could not be easier. It's just such an easy, super yummy recipe, or super yummy way to cook pasta. Essentially, basically what you do is you get the pasta to almost completely cooked, like al dente, like a little too chewy to eat, but still, you know, a bit cooked. And then you mix it with your pasta sauce and whatever else you want to put in it. Put it in a 9x13 pan. Usually it takes 2 pounds of pasta to go into a 9x13 pan. We're using a brown rice pasta tonight. And then you just bake it covered at like 350 for 30 or 40 minutes because it's already essentially cooked. You're just cooking it so that it'll form a lump, and then you're able to make slices. And I don't know, and then when it comes out, I cover it with a batch of the faux Parmesan. And I don't know what it is about baked pasta. Maybe it's because it gets baked a little bit in the sauce. It's just like so delicious and so flavorful. Somehow it's so much better than just pasta that you get off the stove and mix sauce with. So it's like technically a little bit more work, but it's still not very much work. It's just more waiting time, really. And it's absolutely delicious, and it makes the best leftovers. Super easy to cut and put into lunches. It's almost like a hunk of lasagna or something. So anyway, that's what they're making tonight. I just realized we have biscuits, and now I'm like, oh, I should make like a garlic version of the biscuit. Ooh, I could sprinkle the tops of the biscuits with oh, I forget, the biscuit thing is not in this video. It's already done. I'm gonna upload it, I guess, as soon as I'm done filming this little segment. I could sprinkle the tops of the biscuits with garlic and salt, and we could have like garlicky, salty biscuits. Okay, sorry. I'm thinking about the possibilities. Actually, I can't because I need to make some bread. So I'm figuring out the timing of baking the bread with them making the food. But for now, I'm gonna indulge a little bit and let Sage take a little bit of a late nap so that I can have a few minutes to myself until the boys start making dinner. But I'm gonna play some Stardew Valley on Steam. I am the Winter Green Queen on Steam, in case anybody wants to find me. And yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit of a relaxing game. It's funny, I like bounce back and forth between like Assassin's Creed and things like that, and then kind of derpy little farm games like Stardew Valley and stuff like that. Littlewood is another one I really love. It's just relaxing and super nice. And sometimes you just want a relaxing thing. So basically, my life in my video games is also gardening and cooking and all that stuff. I guess I just sort of already do what I love. So anyway, yeah, I will go and probably get a shot of dinner and maybe bread once it's all done, and then we're gonna go ahead and call it good. But yeah, thanks for joining me today. Oh yeah, it's on. Okay, so the boys made the baked pasta, and they are currently steaming 2 pounds of broccoli in here. So the oven we're leaving dedicated now for bread making. So normally I roast the broccoli, and I would have had them do the same, but we're going to steam it instead this time so that I can get bread into the oven faster. And I am also going to make the bread in bread pans instead of in the Dutch ovens, so that I don't have to wait for the Dutch ovens to preheat before I stick the bread in. So, yep, sometimes you just sort of have to change up what you do, and it still works out. Okay, here's super yummy dinner the boys made. The baked pasta turned out so well. Here, let me show you over here in the pan, because mine's covered in extra sauce. Yeah, it's fantastic. You can just slice right into it. So yeah, I'm totally going to have to do a video on that someday. It just is fantastic. I love it. I think it also, honestly, makes, the other reason I really love this is it makes portion control a little easier, because like with pasta, it's too easy to just get yourself a whole bowl and then you just go right through it. This, I find, seems to last longer. So like I said before, this is 2 pounds of pasta. So people have already eaten their fill, and we still have like half of it left. If that were just pasta in a pan, it would pretty much all be gone. So that's another reason I really do like doing it this way. And then they get their veggies and they get other stuff, but it just, I don't know, it just lasts a little longer. I get a few leftovers, and that is always something that this mom really loves. But yeah, we're gonna eat, and I'm officially cutting it off. My honey is home. Do you mind if I show you? He's chewing. He's eating. He's hungry. But my honey is home, so yeah. Bye. It's like I'm gonna be with him now. So, all right. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and got anything helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Sage is asking me to sing Adele songs so that she can jump on my son's bed. So I'm gonna go do that now too, and also finish getting her plate ready. So, oh my gosh. All right, so I guess I'll see you guys later. Oh wait, as always, I hope the rest of your day is good and your life stays wonderful. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.